Hey y'all, hey, Erica with TimetoShrink. I am going to share with y'all what's for dinner all week long. I'm gonna take y'all along and show you everything I make. I'm gonna show you how I made most of the things. This week's theme seemed to be breadcrumbs, my keto crumbs. I use them in so many different ways. I got a new air fryer, y'all, and I use that in a lot of our meals. Not all of them, but a good bit. So I made like toasted ravioli, I made breaded chicken fingers, I made breaded keto pork chops. I feel like there was something else. I made strawberry shortcake, which was not with the pork rinds, but so good. And chicken fajita casserole, chili relleno casserole, just some really good stuff. So I'm gonna just take y'all along this week. Let's just jump right into it and start with Monday night. I just put these poblano peppers in on broil. I forgot to show you before I put them in. And they're all like peeling, the skin's peeling. So I sealed this really well and the steam is going to finish the job. So I'm gonna leave them for about 20 minutes and then we'll come back to it. And then over here, I am making queso. All right, so I let these steam for about 15-20 minutes and then the peel is just gonna come right off. I'm just mixing some sour cream and some barbecue and some hot sauce here. I'm adding 3 eggs and then I'm also going to add some almond flour. This is some queso and we're just going to spread a layer of queso. You could use any kind of Mexican melting cheese, but we have some queso, so that's what we're using. I'll spread some of our mixture on here. And then we're just gonna keep layering. I'm gonna top it with just some Mexican shredded cheese, y'all. You can use any kind of meat you want in this. You could use chicken, you could use ground beef, you could use chorizo. Chorizo would be great. We had some leftover barbecue that Jason had smoked over the weekend, so it needed to get used up, so that is what we are using. Y'all, I am crazy flustered today. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm just really flustered, and I did not add any seasoning in this. I also would have put some onions in the layers. I don't know, but this is ideally what I would have put in with each layer, the Smoky Southwest. So I just put it all over the top. While all of these layers have really great flavor, I like to add salt or pepper or seasonings, and I did not do that, but I highly advise it. Y'all, I had some cilantro left over, so I'm gonna make my cilantro jalapeno crema sauce. So it's just sour cream, a little bit of mayonnaise, some cilantro that's in here. I'm going to zest and squeeze 1 lime, and I put 1 jalapeno in, and depending on how spicy the jalapeno is, we may add another jalapeno as we go. Okay, I used about a couple tablespoons of olive oil. I used about 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, about 1/2 cup of sour cream. I used just a couple big handfuls of cilantro, and I'm adding 1 more jalapeno because it's not super spicy at this point and my family likes it pretty spicy. I'm also going to add just a sprinkling of this habanero hot sea salt. All right, dinner tonight is gonna be this chili relleno casserole that I made. I've also got a ton of queso and they have chips they can dip in that, or they can eat this on chips or in a tortilla. Got some cilantro. We've got our jalapeno lime crema sauce. We've got some salsa, and then I am making just some rice for the boys to have as a side. All right, y'all, we let this sit for about 15 minutes. We're gonna see what happens here when we pull it out.
Looking good.
There we go.
Looks good.
All
no,
right.
I think we'll eat it like
Chili
that.
Relleno casserole. Y'all let me know what you think.
That's really good.
I came up with this on the fly. This was not the plan, but
It's good.
is it good?
Good.
Do you like the consistency?
Yes, quite a bit.
Yeah?
It's great.
Yeah, it's really
Very
good.
good. Good alternative solution.
And then I ended up turning my rice into a risotto because I had used chicken stock and it was getting more like a creamy consistency. So I ended up adding some mushrooms and some Parmesan cheese to this. And the kids, obviously this doesn't go with Mexican, but they'll have this for another meal. It's actually quite tasty. Okay, so we are going to slice some zucchini in 2 different ways. Half of it we're gonna do like zucchini chips, and half of it we're gonna do like zucchini fries to see which one crisps up better, which one we like better in the air fryer. What I'm gonna do now is put it kind of at its thickest thing, so my slices will all be even, but they'll be thick so we can make it like fry style. So you just put this little guy on top so you don't cut a finger off because it's crazy sharp, and you just go back and forth. So what I did over here is I made some like hash brown size style and some like French fry style. So we're gonna try these different sizes and see what happens. So this is my egg batter. It's just egg and a little bit of heavy cream and then salt and seasoning. And then here is my keto crumb mixture. What we're gonna do is toss our zucchini in here and then toss our zucchini in the pork rinds.
All right, we just got off the lake, so we're doing hot dogs and hamburgers tonight. Always good when you come off the lake. A little bit of Worcestershire. And tonight we are going to go with Grill Master from Fresh Jack.
So I'm just throwing all these zucchini fries in here and we shall see what happens, y'all. All right, Jay, what do you think of the zucchini fries?
Oh, these are delicious.
Aren't they good?
Oh, yeah. Very good.
I'm really thinking I'm an air fryer girl now, y'all.
Definitely give you that crispy, snacky feeling.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I really, really do. Did you taste the potatoes? What do you think of the potato chips?
Potatoes are great, yeah.
Which ones? Which
The
potatoes
hash
did you
browns
like?
I've had, I thought the chips have even perfected. This will be great, obviously, but the hash browns were good.
Okay. All right, so burgers and hot dogs off the grill. This is some of our homemade keto barbecue sauce that Jason made last week. So I'm gonna dip my hot dog and hamburger in that, and I've got some zucchini fries, and the kids are gonna eat the hash browns. This is literally a dinner that takes 5 minutes to put together. I have 5 minutes on the counter right now. Okay, we have cream cheese. This is half a stick of cream cheese. And then we're gonna go with 1/4 of a cup of sour cream, and we're gonna do 1/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. 1/4 of a cup of mayonnaise, actually, I think I'm gonna do 1/2 a cup of mayonnaise. This is gonna be a fajita nacho style casserole. So we've got all of our cream cheeses ready in here. And y'all are gonna be shocked, but I am not going for a Fresh Jack spice. I have some fajita seasoning from Penzeys. Penzeys is where I used to get all of my spices before Fresh Jack's. And Fresh Jack's does not have a fajita seasoning. However, you could totally use Smoky Southwest here, or you could use their taco seasoning. I am going to take a tablespoon, a rounded tablespoon of the fajita seasoning and put it right in the bowl with my mayonnaise mixture. And we're just gonna get that all mixed together. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is take our chicken. This is about 2 pounds of chicken tenders. Any kind of chicken that you have, you could do thighs, you could do breasts, you can do them in little bite-sized pieces, you can do whole breast. Basically, the amount that you use just determines how long it's gonna bake. So the next thing we're gonna do is mix in our fajita seasoning. Just put a little bit of fajita seasoning on this chicken. Actually, can somebody come help me because my hands are, all right, just sprinkle that over. Okay, that's enough. And then you're just gonna kind of toss it so that it's all coated. I always like to season at every layer. Okay, now I'm gonna take this mixture. We're gonna try and get it all out here. Our cream cheese, mayonnaise, sour cream mixture. We're gonna spread that over the top of our chicken. I'm trying to do this in my 5-minute clock, but it takes a little longer when we're taping. Okay, now we're gonna take some fajita vegetables, which is basically just peppers and onions, and we're going to spread those around over the top. They're frozen, that is perfectly fine. If you have fresh peppers that you need to be using, you can add your fresh peppers, but we're just gonna spread that over the top here. This is about 1/2 a bag, so I'm just gonna use what we have left, y'all. Spread that over, and then you're going to take cheese. Mexican blend cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, any kind of cheese you need to use up is really fine. This is a Mexican blend, and we're gonna put that right over the top. Probably about 1 cup of cheese. Again, I'm actually just emptying out things that we have, y'all. So that is it. I'm gonna put it in a 375-degree oven and just let it bake until it's finished, probably about 20 minutes. Even with filming, that was done in under 5 minutes, y'all. All right, here's what we're having for dinner tonight, y'all. This is chicken fajita style, and we are going to serve it on corn tortillas for those that want it. I'm just gonna eat it plain. We've got some avocado, we've got some limes. This is my cilantro jalapeno lime crema sauce. We have some of that I had made, sour cream, salsa, and we are ready to go. This was perfect for tonight because we had just done a lot of meal prep and I needed something fast.
Hazel, are you tasting the food?
She says she would like to. All right, everybody grab a bite. This is the chicken fajita casserole. That's what we're having for dinner tonight.
Good. Tastes like chicken fajitas.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like chicken fajitas.
Good base. You do a lot with it, so.
Yeah, you could totally put it in tacos, eat it over rice for your family, eat it plain like this with some guacamole. We've got some guacamole right here. I'm gonna put that on this bite. Try that together. And a squeeze of lime over the top really is great. I also have this habanero lime sitting out that people can put on top. Yum. All right, let's go eat, y'all. Y'all, I had this idea to take my keto crumb mixture that I use for making chicken fingers or chicken nuggets and add some crushed up pecans to it. And I want to try it in my air fryer because I have a new air fryer, y'all, and I'm kind of obsessed with trying everything out. So I'm going to chop these up into really tiny pieces, and then we're going to make our chicken fingers. We're going to make some mock honey mustard, and we are going to have that and Caesar salad for dinner tonight. I have some garlic and herb. I just finished off this seasoning, and salt and pepper. You can use any seasoning you want. That's just what I went with. And I season at every layer. So the egg wash, this is 3 eggs and a little bit of heavy cream, probably I don't know, a couple tablespoons of heavy cream. I just did salt and pepper in this one. And then this is the mixture I showed y'all already. We're gonna toss this together. We're gonna go chicken into egg, into breadcrumbs, and then I am gonna decide if I wanna go into this last, like as a second coating, or if I just wanna add this back. So we're gonna kind of experiment. So we're gonna just dip into our egg mixture. Then we're gonna go right here into this mixture. And just using our fork, we're gonna cover and onto our sheet. I'm just gonna keep going. All right, we are gonna put our chicken in the air fryer. I have never done chicken in the air. This is the first for me. All right, so we've got those in there. We're gonna shut it, and we are gonna do it on air fry. Is that right? Yep, there we go. Air fry 400. And we'll check it every 5 minutes. I think sometimes you may have to flip them, I'm not sure. So we'll just see what happens. While I have all of this out, I am just going to do the same thing with pork chops. I'm just gonna spritz these top ones with a little bit of avocado oil just to see if it helps the browning or if it needs it or not. So I'm not gonna do that on the bottom. All right, it has been 11 minutes, so we're gonna open this and it looks really good. We're gonna test the temperature. It's only like 100 degrees, so we are not done. It may need the next 5 minutes. That would be a total of 15. I am going to put the pork chops in, y'all. These guys are huge. All right, y'all, we're gonna make our mock honey mustard. This is in my cookbook. If you wanna screenshot that real quick, there is the ingredients and the directions. All right, now let's make it. This is our mayonnaise mustard sweetener. I'm using a low carb sweetener like Lakanto and some hot sauce. We're just gonna mix this up, and that's our mock honey mustard, y'all. It's that easy, and it tastes so good. These biscuits are done, and they look perfect. So we're gonna let these guys cool, and then come back here, and we're gonna make our strawberry compote. If you're counting your macros very closely right now, you could totally measure every step of this and know exactly how much a serving would be, but we're gonna kind of go lazy keto today. All right, you can go in with any kind of sugar substitute that you want. I had this open, so I'm just gonna use it. This is the Sucre and Gold brown sugar alternative. We're gonna go in with 2 tablespoons because my berries are really sweet because they're in season right now. You really need to taste your berries to see how much you need, but we're gonna start with just that. We're gonna let this kind of melt down over a medium-low heat, and we'll be back and show you what it looks like. So this is starting to melt down a little bit and form a little bit of a liquid. I am going to add a lime, the juice of 1 lime. It'll just help give it some brightness, y'all. Another thing you could do to this is, if you want to make it more like a jam than a compote, you could totally put in a couple tablespoons of chia seeds, and as they expanded, it would make it into like a jam. All right, here is our strawberry shortcake. I cut my biscuit in half. We put some of the whipped cream on there, and then now we're putting some of the strawberry lime compote. It's mainly strawberry. You don't really taste the lime much. It just gives it some freshness. Yum. All right, y'all, we made the breaded pork chops and we made the breaded chicken fingers. We did half in the air fryer and we did half in the oven, the baked way that I usually do. First observation is the baked ones are not as crispy brown as the air fryer. Like, I'm really impressed with the air fryer, y'all. So I'm gonna have everybody like taste air fryer versus breaded. Hazel says she is ready to taste. So this is the chicken fingers the way y'all are used to that I baked. Although they do have a little bit of pecans in there as well, so that's a new twist. And then this is the air fryer. And then let's try that first, and then we'll try the pork. And then I'm gonna have y'all try the strawberry shortcake. All right.
Yeah, good.
Now this one is from the air fryer. Y'all try this one.
I like this one better.
You do, the baked? I truthfully don't taste much different.
Yeah, I don't
The
taste
air fryer is prettier.
difference.
Way better.
This is a strawberry shortcake with a strawberry compote and whipped cream. So there you go. That is so good.
That is really good.
It's not sweet enough.
It's not sweet enough. I should have made it sweeter. And I put a bunch of
Sweet?
sweetness in the
Yeah.
biscuit.
I think the thing is good. I don't think
plenty
the
sweet.
biscuit is good.
The biscuit's not sweet.
The,
All right.
the
Well,
filling
they
is
don't think the biscuit's sweet, so you could totally add more sweetener to the biscuit. But I
filling
think
is
it's freaking delicious. Okay, y'all, I am going to make toasted ravioli for dinner tonight, and we're also going to air fry some green beans. So I've got my handy dandy OXO mandolin. I love this thing, y'all. And up here it shows you like how thick. This is super thick. This is like as thin as possible. I like it right in between the thinnest and the 1.5. Okay, so what we're gonna do to make toasted ravioli keto style is we are going to take some green zucchini and we are just gonna go slice it. But see how this is thin and nice and pliable? So we're just gonna make a ton of those. After I did the zucchini, I've decided to do some summer yellow squash because I had it as well. So I'm doing it as rounds. So basically you just go this way, up and down, and I did it a little bit thicker. I did it thicker so you can see how it's moved up there. All right, y'all, the next step is I line my zucchini out on paper towels and then you salt it. Don't worry about over salting it because we'll wipe it off. What this does is it makes it even more pliable and it pulls out the moisture because zucchini is so full of water, and if we want to use them to make toasted ravioli, or if you want to use them as lasagna noodles or anything like that, you need to pull out the water. So we're gonna do this and then we're gonna let them sit for 20 minutes or so, and I will show you how much water they pull out in a minute. I'm slicing some shallots on the mandolin here, and we're gonna add those to the yellow squash. We're gonna make like a yellow squash casserole because I got a combination of green squash and yellow squash in my Costco pack. I didn't want to use the yellow zucchini for this, so we're just going to use up some shallots that we have and this yellow squash and make a casserole. Okay, I'm gonna make the filling for my toasted ravioli. So this is some ricotta cheese, some Parmesan cheese, 1 egg, a cup of sausage, and then I was out of Italian seasoning, so I made my own. So I took garlic, oregano, parsley, and basil and combined that, and that is gonna be the seasoning. So we're gonna stir this up and then this will be the filling. There you go, Erica. Okay, I'm getting my station set up for when we're ready to make our ravioli. So we've got our ricotta mixture that we have the sausage in, the ricotta and sausage mixture. We've got our egg wash mixture, which is 2 eggs and a little bit of heavy cream. I season it every layer, so there's some more of that Italian seasoning in there. And then these are our breadcrumbs. These are my keto crumbs. The recipe for this is in my cookbook, but it's just pork rinds, nutritional yeast, Parmesan cheese, and then I added the same seasonings to this one. So we're gonna mix them up and they'll be ready for us. I am making my buffalo chicken dip, one just to have to eat this week, and we're also gonna stuff a few of the toasted raviolis with this, just out of curiosity. I thought of it in the middle of the night last night, and so we're gonna try it. So this is my chicken buffalo dip, like I said. It's a block of cream cheese, and then there's mayonnaise, there's sour cream, there's ranch dip. I did a buffalo ranch, and then buffalo sauce. We just used Frank's Red Hot sauce, actually. And then I throw chicken in here. You can use any kind of shredded chicken that you want. Oftentimes we just use canned chicken because it's super easy. And then we'll add a cup of cheddar cheese. But the exact recipe is in my cookbook, y'all. Link always down below. All right, this put off a lot of water, y'all. I forgot to tell you that I go ahead and put another layer of paper towels on top, but I did that immediately. And then I just kind of go over it and hit them all, get all that I can soaked up, and then I just go back through with the paper towel that's not wet, and I just kind of wipe them down a little bit because we don't want all that salt. So depending on the width of your zucchini, you could do 2 side by side, or if you have really wide zucchini, you could just do one this way and one that way, and then we're gonna fill it with this filling. You don't want to overstuff it. Go this way, and I just wrap it up like a little package, y'all. Like that. And then we're gonna put them over onto a parchment lined baking sheet. I'm gonna make a bunch of them up, and then I put it in the freezer for about 20 minutes before I do the next step. So this is the amount that we got. I did about 4 with the buffalo chicken and the rest with the Italian. I'm gonna put these in the freezer for 15 to 20 minutes just to firm up. They will roll better if they're firm. We don't wanna waste what we have left here of this, so what we're gonna do is make a ricotta bake, y'all. So literally, you need something that can go in the oven. Pyrex will go in the oven. I'm gonna put this in here, this cheese mixture, spread it around on the bottom. We're gonna take some marinara sauce, any kind that you want. This is homemade. Just pour a little bit on top. Spread your marinara out. You could put a layer of marinara on the bottom too if you wanted. And then top it with whatever kind of cheese you have. I have some provolone. So I'm gonna top it with that. And then you just bake this at 350 for about 20 minutes and you have a really yummy ricotta bake. So I cooked up, actually Jackson cooked up a bunch of sausage, and we're gonna make a squash and sausage casserole. So I've got some shallots in here that I had cut up with the sausage grease. We're gonna let those kind of start to cook down, and then we'll add the yellow squash. But while we have the pocket of time, while the ravioli's freezing, we're gonna work on this. I just added some roasted garlic. I made a ton of roasted garlic in meal prep, y'all. This is like 4 big bulbs. So we're gonna put the garlic in here just for a second to start to cook down, and we're gonna add all of our squash and let it start to cook down. Cream cheese that we melted in the microwave for about 20 seconds so that it's gonna mix into our sauce better. I'm gonna do about 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream, a little bit of Dijon mustard, and then we're just gonna stir that together, and this is gonna make our sauce. We'll probably put some seasoning in there in a second. I dumped the sausage in, y'all, and we are going to put about half of this in. Some of it's gonna go over the top. Okay, I went ahead and put all of that sauce into my squash. So this is another 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream and eggs. I'm gonna mix this up, and this will go over the top, y'all. And then over here, I did add some Greek seasoning. I decided to go Greek seasoning. We're just gonna throw this in Pyrex. I have some cheddar cheese that I had shredded myself, so we're gonna put about a cup of shredded cheddar. We're gonna take our mixture of heavy cream and egg, and we're just kinda gonna drizzle. It's gonna like kind of fall down in. Just use your spoon and spread it around. It's gonna soak down in while it bakes. And then, we're not done, y'all. One thing that if I felt like it had time, I could have fried some of those shallots to put on top, but I just didn't have the energy. So now I'm gonna take my keto crumbs. These are Italian seasoned keto crumbs that we had seasoned because we're gonna be using them today. And I am just going to cover the top of this just lightly with this, and it's gonna give it a really nice crispy exterior. It's such a good thing for topping casseroles. And that's it. I'm gonna put that in the 350-degree oven. Throwing in my casserole and my ricotta bake, they'll probably both take about 25 minutes. Took these out of the freezer. I put them into the egg wash, shake it off. Y'all have seen me bread things a million times, but basically with this, I just do a light breading, and then I go back into the egg mixture because I find this is better with a double coat. So I double coat this one, and then we're gonna put them on the baking sheet and put them back in the freezer for another 10 minutes or so. I felt like they baked up better when they were a little bit frozen. I didn't try them not frozen though, so if you try it, let me know. I'm gonna air fry up some green beans real quick to have as a side while the ravioli are freezing up. So this is just olive oil and green beans, Greek seasoning, and I'm just gonna air fry it. Here is part 1 of our squash and zucchini themed dinner. This is the squash casserole. It looks so good, y'all. I'm gonna taste it for you in just a second. And then here's the ricotta bake. This is really, really delicious, y'all. It's so simple and plain, but it's so good. Y'all, my family is not big on squash for some reason. They'll eat zucchini, but they don't love yellow squash. So this entire casserole is probably just for me, but I'm gonna taste it. Oh, that's really hot still. That is delicious. If you like yellow squash, make this recipe, y'all. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna have to write it down. I'm gonna have to measure next time. I'm mostly measured. I'm gonna try and write this one down, y'all. So there are the green beans out of the air fryer. They're delicious, y'all. I did 15 minutes. I have 2 layers of the toasted ravioli going into the air fryer, y'all, and I will show you when they're done. All right, y'all, here's what everything looks like. This is the toasted raviolis, the buffalo version, the Italian version, the squash casserole, and the green beans. I'm gonna see if I can get people to taste test for me. All right, they have had the toasted ravioli before. That's just what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. Have not let them taste the buffalo chicken filled one, so I'm gonna let them try that for us, and then we're just gonna eat dinner.
Yeah. Very
What
good.
you think? Is that worth doing, or do we like the other kind better, or we like both?
I like it.
I like the other kind.
You like the other kind better? Okay, I just thought we'd try it. And then they don't like squash, so that's gonna be my dinner. But it's so good, y'all. So that was what's for dinner this week. I hope y'all enjoyed hanging out with us. Got some ideas maybe. Maybe you fell in love with the air fryer like I just did. I will totally link that down below and any of the special stuff that I used down below in case there's something y'all might be interested in. Bye, y'all. Be blessed. I will see y'all tomorrow for keto meal prep.